Hello everyone, and how are you guys doing today? Welcome you guys to Isekai World, and today I want to talk about something interesting. I think a lot of YouTubers have also covered this topic, but I want to give you my own viewpoint on what if Luffy reincarnates into Naruto's body. And no, this is not Naruto inheriting just Luffy's ability. He's going to inherit everything there is about Luffy, including intelligence. Yes, obviously that's going to be inherited as well. That being said, guys, let's start the video from the very beginning. And the beginning is same as always. We cannot change that. We do not have the power to change that because we are now controlling main character. We do not have the power to control the side character right now. And because of that, Obito still attacks the Konoha village, and Ninetale still wreaks havoc in the village. And we still got the same scene where Minato and Kusina sacrifice themselves for Naruto, and with that Naruto has the Ninetales inside of him. And also something really interesting, this is an interesting part of the story because we see an actual soul of Luffy flying into Naruto's body and merging with his soul. And yes, this time both of their souls are merging together, and Luffy soul would directly get absorbed into Naruto's soul. And although Naruto had changed a bit, this is still Naruto's soul. It is not Luffy's soul, it is still Naruto's soul, but now his characteristics and powers and everything have been changed. So let's start with 3 years old Naruto. And right now Naruto is living on his own apartment, and this is because of city Hiruzen, who seriously, that guy is the worst person in Naruto, even including Black Jesu, because we love Naruto because of Naruto, and because of what he did to Naruto we hate him. At least I do hate him. So let's go further in this video. And here, at the age of 3, Naruto starts living on his own. But there is something different about Naruto. He doesn't care about living on his own. He has a feeling of cheerfulness and scent of freedom. Yes, that freedom that he's going to get right now was exaggerating to him. I don't know how to describe that word, sorry, but he was really happy for being free from that orphanage. And since he was going to live on his own, he didn't know what to do, like how to cook, how to wash his clothes, or anything related to that. He didn't know reading or writing as well. And more importantly, everyone in the village hated him and even wanted to kill him. There were many instances where many people tried to kill Naruto in the village, but thankfully that did not happen. And in this story that will be the same, but there will be one major difference, that is Naruto's goal. Because Hiruzen wanted Naruto to become loyal to Konoha, so he inserted the goal of becoming Hokage into Naruto from the early age. And in this scenario he would still do the same, but Naruto understands one thing about Hokage. At least he has visited Hokage a lot, and he knows one thing about Hokage: they are not free. They had a lot of work to do. They do not get to sit and eat meat. They have a lot of paperwork to do, and they have a lot of time to spend on a room. So he did not like that. He instantly rejected the idea of being Hokage. Instead, what he wanted was being the freest person in the world. and this was his goal, being the freest person in the world. Since there was no concept of pirates, he did not say pirates, but he simply just wanted to be free. And because of this, Hirogen did not like Naruto's mentality. He wanted Naruto to be loyal to Konoha, and because Naruto wants to be more free, he did not like the idea of uh, Naruto being more free. Of course, he could not do anything to Naruto because of his own mentality. He still owes a lot to Minato, and if one day Minato learns about what he did to Naruto, then he would definitely suffer a lot. Of course, it's not that he thinks Minato can come back to life. It's just that he's worried about Jutsu like Edo Tensei, and more importantly, he is worried about Minato leaving his chakra into Naruto's body, and more importantly, Nine Tails inside Naruto's body. If that gets out, he has no way to stop Nine Tails unless he uses his own life. And with that out of the way, Naruto starts living a normal life in Konoha. He has not so lot of friend, but because he puts a huge grin on his face all the time, he's happy and content with his life, and he just wants to play around. He makes quite a lot of friends because they also, despite having their parents telling them not to befriend him, he puts the light in their life. He makes them happy and they join him. Obviously, that's not going to be and make any difference in the greater scheme of things, but with that, Naruto lives a pretty good life. He goes into the forest, hunts animal with his newly profound power that he found that it was a Kike Genkai, that he can stretch his body, he had literally a rubber body, and he can do a lot of funny stuff, and this made him even more excited because he could literally do anything he wanted with his body. And that's what freedom truly means, doing everything you want. So he was excited for his power and he really liked it, so he started training with it much early. And because Naruto was also studying in Ninja Academy, despite him not liking the study thing, he get a chance to fight with different people, and because of his competitive nature, he did not wanted to lose against any of them. There were only few people who could actually put a fight against him, some of them being Shikamaru and Kiba and Sasuke, obviously. And of course Choji can also fight him, but he does not like fighting, so we are going to count him out. Without those two, without Choji, only three of them could put a fight against Naruto. But Naruto was still improving at a rapid rate. In just a year, he was able to defeat Kiba, and from then on, Kiba could never win against Naruto. Then comes Shikamaru and Sasuke, because Shikamaru used his brain a lot and he didn't like fighting too much. Naruto would either lose to him or could not get a fight against him at all. But Sasuke, and this is going to be epic, because Naruto would not fear any kind of punches at all. The only thing he feared is sharp object, which is obviously Sasuke's strong point, and elemental attack, which is also Sasuke's strong point. With these two, Sasuke starts bombarding Naruto in every single fight they had. But even so, the thing that makes Luffy is not his double fruit or even not his haki. It's his willpower. That is what makes Luffy Luffy. That is his willpower, never giving up until the end. And it's not like Naruto's willpower where he wants to make friends with others and use talk no jutsu. Here, no, here Naruto does not give up on a fight. He he will fight till death. And because his body is extremely resistant to attacks, he can fight all he wants. And because of that, although Sasuke would mostly get win at the beginning, he never starts getting win at the end, or like when he turns 10. After that, Naruto always wins, because no matter how powerful Sasuke get, he can never fight against Naruto in a prolonged battle. And because of that, Naruto wins. And with that, the we finally move on to the time skip. And yes, time skip is really important, so I'm going to start the time skip. And here Naruto is finally 13, and because of his same old problem, he cannot graduate because he cannot create a clone. Yes, he cannot create a clone, and Iruka would not let him go because he cannot create a clone. The bond between Iruka and Naruto is even stronger, because unlike Naruto, unlike real original Naruto, this Naruto does not like to make mess, but he make instant friends. Like he, because of his huge grin on his face and because of his childish and innocent nature, he makes friends with a lot of people, including Iruka. And we get the same old Iruka saving Naruto's sin, because that was the main point for Naruto to become a good ninja. And so we are not going to change that. And simply because Naruto, despite having so much power, cannot simply dodge Mizuki attack. He was good at fighting, not escaping or even dodging. So he Iruka used his body to dodge Naruto, and Naruto was also confused because Iruka was trash talking about his background, and this got him uh, caught off guard as well. That doesn't matter though. Naruto still finishes off Iruka with his Gum Gum no pistols and Gatlings. After that, he did learn multi-sided clone jutsu, which is quite amazing, because now he can make clones, and his clones can also use Kekkei Genkai. And because he has a lot of chakra, he does not have to worry about making clones at all. So this is going to be interesting for Naruto. After that, Naruto finally gets his headband protector, and they go to Hiruzen and explain things to him. Naruto goes back to his house, and he falls asleep. Next day, he goes to take a photo. After taking a photo, he finally becomes a ninja. Despite Naruto not having so much interest in being ninja. Sorry. I made a mistake. Sorry, One Piece fans. I made a mistake. Naruto, or sorry, Luffy loves ninja, and he would do anything to become one. Yes, he loves ninja and he would do anything to become one. And finally, now what the moment for Naruto, because he has finally become a ninja. He goes to academy where they were going to be put on a team. After that, he finds something strange there, because although he had a lot of friends, nobody truly wanted to be with him, because their parents had been convincing them that Naruto was not a good person. They should not be with him, and blah 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 blah. Anyway, they did not like to sit that close to him, because of their because of the fear of their parents. No matter what, he still goes close to a strange girl who keeps blushing at him all the time and sits next to her. And just so you know, Naruto and Hinata's relationship has not gone any up and down. Like, they are still as they were in the original. The only difference is that Naruto does not think that Hinata hates him, or even remotely close to that. And he also does not like Sakura, or does not like to show off in front of the girls. He does like to show off his powers, not just for the girls. My man is Chad. And then we finally go to Team 7, where Sasuke, Uchiha, Sakura, and Naruto are put in a team with Kakashi as their mentor. Kakashi arrives late, and because of that, Naruto falls asleep, bored, because of because there was nothing to do there. And finally, after Kakashi arrives, Sakura wakes up Naruto, and they go to rooftop and talk about their dreams. And Sasuke and Sakura had the same dream as before, but only Naruto's introduction is different. He simply states that he has only one goal, that is to become the freest man in the world. And Kakashi does not understand what he means by the freest man in the world, although he did hear Hiruzen talking about it. He asks Naruto what does freest man of the world means to him, and Naruto simply replies that being a freest man is to be able to do anything I want. Like, there would be no one who could order me, there would be no one who could stop me doing things that I want to do. I want to eat all the meat, I want to fight all the time. Nobody would be able to stop me, and that's that kind of man I want to be. So after hearing his explanation, Kakashi was surprised, but he shook his head. It was not possible for a ninja to become someone like that. Only even a Hokage had to listen to daimyo, so it would not be possible for Naruto to achieve such a thing. So although he did not think it was possible, he still gave Naruto some advice. If you really want to become the freest person, you should know even Hokage cannot become the freest person, not because he works or because he does not have time to eat meat, but rather because he also has to listen to someone. But that after hearing that, Naruto simply uh, closes his eyes for a moment and suddenly opens his eyes. At this moment, a strange feeling shrouds Kakashi as he begins to feel his heartbeat growing. Even Sasuke and Sakura feel a strange air around them. Luffy, with his opened eyes, spoke, "No one will be commanding anything to me. I will become the freest person in the world, and then no one will have the authority to command me. That's my goal. That's my dream." After saying that, Kakashi suddenly shuts down as he understood what Naruto truly meant. If he becomes the strongest person in the world, no matter who you are, whether you are Hokage or Daimyo, nobody can command him. And that's Naruto's goal, becoming the strongest person in the world. But he is becoming the strongest person in the world because his dream can only be fulfilled by becoming the strongest person in the world. For the first time in his life, he thought being strongest person in the world was just a plan, or rather just a step to achieve someone's dream. That was something amazing that he had never heard of before. So of course he doesn't think too much about it, and he goes to say a lot of stuff about gaining taste, and finally they live their own way. And the next day, Naruto arrives a bit too late, to be exact. He had the personality of Luffy, so he is obviously not going to be on time, but he still arrives a lot earlier than Kakashi. And after Kakashi arrives, they start the belt test, and here is we are going to see the true power of Luffy. So stay tuned for that, guys, and goodbye. Hello everyone, and how are you guys doing? Today I want to talk about the second episode of What If Luffy reincarnates into Naruto's body, and we have reached the Belge test, and right now I am really excited to talk about Luffy, or rather Naruto's power level. So let's start the video with the most important jutsu of all time, that is Shadow Clone Jutsu. Yes, Naruto starts with the Shadow Clone Jutsu and creating nearly 10 Shadow Clones all around him. He punches Kakashi with Gum Gum pistol. You have to understand, Luffy or Naruto is a food addict. He will not skip food. So he is full of energy, and this energy is presented through his vigorous attack as he punches Kakashi from all around. And with to dodge such an attack, Kakashi had no choice but to use substitution jutsu. Luffy's punches attacks the ground, hits the ground, and it breaks the ground, literally creating cracks. Seeing this, Kakashi was surprised. This level of power was similar to that of Guy's disciple that he had seen. So he finds that Naruto's taijutsu was quite strange but powerful. Of course, he was not going to go easy on the kid, so he immediately used heart beating technique and tries to pull Naruto underground. But Naruto, being Naruto, he simply just jumps before even Kakashi could attack him. His instinct was wild. He could feel the attacks around him. Of course, it wasn't like observation haki at yet, but you have to understand, Luffy was able to perceive attacks even before someone could launch them, despite not learning. Sorry, not before they could launch them, but rather while they launch those attacks. He saw this when he was fighting against Crocodile. He was able to dodge a lot of Crocodile's attack, with those attacks being a lot faster than nor a lot faster, or rather, even you could even say that they were as close to Gaara's attack. So with his reflexes, he was easily able to dodge Kakashi's attack, and when he sees Kakashi beneath him, he stamps his feet together and sorts his legs toward the ground, with creating an amazing impact on the ground. If Kakashi had not used his Shadow Clone to grab Naruto's leg, he would have been injured by that attack, because that was one of Luffy's strongest attacks at the early age. So after Luffy finishes his Gum Gum no Spear attack, he immediately pulls his both of his fists back and starts throwing punches after punches. Gum Gum no Gatling! His punches were destroying the ground as Luffy tries to find Kakashi. He tries to look all around him, and when he finally sees Kakashi on the tree, he immediately extends his hand and grabs the tree as he swings himself toward the tree. Seeing this, Kakashi instantly decides to go on offensive. He uses his fire style fireball jutsu, but this fireball jutsu was a lot weaker than even Sasuke's fireball jutsu. He did not want to hurt Naruto yet. So seeing this, Sasuke was amazed at how strong his own fireball jutsu was, and he could not help but feel proud. But seeing that Naruto was able to block that fireball with his body alone, he was once again reminded of just how powerful Naruto's durability was. And suddenly Kakashi also remembered about Naruto's crazy durability and unstoppable will to continue fighting. So he at this moment was serious, because he did not want to hurt his future disciple, but he also did not want to go easy on him. So he started using non-offensive non-sharp attacks against Luffy. And hear me out. Despite Luffy being completely unharmed against blunt attack, he cannot be unharmed against elemental attack like fire or ice or even water to certain extent. So Kakashi's attacks were working quite a lot, and he was able to injure Naruto to certain extent. And while Naruto was fighting against him on all on his own, Sasuke was and Sakura were just waiting. Seeing this, Kakashi could not help but feel disappointed, because even if Sasuke wanted to use Naruto, this would be a perfect moment. But instead of using Naruto, he thought of letting Naruto use his own power to adjust Kakashi, and this was quite a good trick, but only against the people he could trust. Because if it was against an enemy, then Luffy, or so sorry, Naruto would definitely die, and that's why Kakashi was disappointed. But he did not think much about it. He thought they would fail once again, so he continued fighting against Luffy, or sorry, Naruto, until Naruto finally realized that his speed was not enough to fight Kakashi. He began to question his own strength, and because his will did not make him stop and quit fighting, he wanted to find a way to win against Kakashi. No matter what kind of trick Kakashi uses, Naruto was able to fight off, but the injuries on his bodies were increasing at a rapid pace. If this continued, he would definitely fail, but he did not want it to fail. So Naruto quickly thought of a way to snatch the bell, because that was the test. It was not to defeat Kakashi but to snatch the bell. So what he did was tr- close his eyes for a few seconds as he began to reorganize his own thoughts. At this moment, he knew that he had to use that technique that he had been working on for quite a while, especially after almost getting caught off guard by Mizuki. He had been working, or at least thinking about this technique. So he decides to put his fist on the ground and looks at Kakashi. Kakashi sensei, this is going to be my final attack. I hope you can dodge it. Saying so, he released steam out of his body, and his skin began to glow red, and his body became vigorously stronger. Seeing this, Kakashi was startled. He thought that he almost believed that Naruto was using Nine-Tails chakra, but something did not add up. There was no obvious aura of chakra, so he believed that it was some kind of technique with his rubber body, and this surprised him. Naruto slowly stood up, and his body suddenly disappeared, like when most of the Jonin use body filter technique. This was also one of the inspiration for him to create this technique. So when he disappeared, Kakashi was startled as he tried to look around, but he didn't see Naruto anywhere. Naruto suddenly at this moment appeared in the air and punched out. His punch was so fast and so fierce that Kakashi had no choice but to erect a massive mud wall to block it, and boom! With that explosion, the entire mud wall collapsed on the ground while Kakashi backed away several meters. But at this moment, Naruto simply flashed like a red yellow flash. He simply grabbed Kakashi's bell and simply disappeared, reaching behind him before even Kakashi could react. And at this moment, the bells rang, and Sakura and Sasuke realized that Naruto had gotten the bell on his own. That means he has passed while they could not even get the bell, which means they have failed. And this was quite an interesting turns of event, because here we finally see what kind of person Naruto truly is. When he was faced with the question to whom he should give the another bell, Naruto simply decided to give both of his bells to them. Although he wanted to become a ninja, he did not care as much as them, and his goal was to become the freest person, and that does not mean he had to become a ninja. And more importantly becoming a ninja, he has to listen to others as well, which was quite frustrating on its own. If not for his love for ninja, he would not even consider becoming a ninja. That being said, when Sasuke saw Naruto giving him the bell, he immediately refused, saying that he would not accept other charity, and he would rather go back to academy and study for one more year before graduating once again. Sakura was the only one left, and she also decided to give up because she found that she was the weakest among all, and Sasuke and Naruto should get this chance. Seeing this, Kakashi finally agreed and said yes by letting them pass, and finally the Team 7 was formed. And after that, nothing really changed. They keep doing D-rank missions where they kept catching cats. Naruto loved it though. Naruto, he loved playing with the cats all the time. Even most of the time he would simply ask the cat to run away to him so that they can play together. It was quite funny scene, but later Naruto was discovered by Kakashi that he was actually asking the cat to play with him all the time. And finally, with that, Kakashi had no choice but to level up a bit. They decided to go for C rank task, and they finally reach for a escort mission, and this mission was quite interesting to Naruto, because he has never gone out of Konoha, and just thinking about being out of Konoha made him feel excited. He immediately accepted the task, and Team 7 also accept the task. So they finally prepared themselves to leave the Konoha, and when they left the Konoha, Naruto sucked the freest air that he had breathed for a long time, and he was feeling suffocated living inside Konoha for such a long time. And after that, Naruto realized that he should also focus on the mission, because Kakashi sensei told him to. And after that, they followed Kakashi toward the land of waves, and yes, Tajuna was following them behind, and yes, he did lie about the task, but I don't think anything would change. Luffy would still accept this task no matter what, because he did not like a person like Gato. So everything went out the same. They made Demon's brother at the beginning. Luffy didn't see the attack coming, but he immediately reacted with his fast reflexes and gave them to a Gum pistol in their face, and then Gum Gatling in their body, knocking them out instantly before even Sasuke and Sakura could react. And finally, Kakashi interrogated them, and they got the information about Gato from Tajuna. They still decided to continue the task, as Naruto's righteous heart would not let Gato do anything he wanted to do with Land of Waves. So they continue toward Land of Waves, and in the middle they finally met a person. Yes, this person was none other than Jabuja, and the legendary fight between Jabuja and Kakashi starts right now, and this is where I'm going to end the video, so stay tuned for the next one. Last time in this video, we talked about how Team 7 finally started facing Jabuja of the Mist in their mission to the land of waves, and we are going to continue just from there. And before I continue the story, guys, please don't forget to subscribe and hope for the new videos about this what if. So let's start with Team 7 versus Jabuja, and in this section of the story, it will play completely different from original Naruto timeline, because this time Naruto will face Jabuja. He won't stay silent like until Kakashi was imprisoned in water prison, because we have to understand one thing. This is Luffy we are going to talk about, Luffy Naruto, and he won't back down from a fight in any situation, even if his opponent was much more stronger than him. So he will immediately get into the battle, and he will start with a Gum Gum no pistol. And seeing this, Kakashi face play, he slaps his own fist and then says it is impossible to stop Naruto anymore. So he decides to stay alert and help Naruto once he gets into the trouble. But Jabuja was surprised by the fact that Naruto is directly attack him without even listening to his own mentor. But he simply scoffed at Naruto's behavior and dodged his punch, despite that having quite a strange power. He didn't care though, because Akamichi of Naruto world also had power similar to that of expanding. It was not stretching, but to certain extent you could call it a stretching. And so he did not care much about that. He simply dodged the attack, and seeing this, Naruto understood something. Looking at the serious eyes of Kakashi, he understood that this wasn't a person he could easily mess with. But now that he had already started battling, he cannot back down. So he immediately enters his gear second mode, and with that, he finally starts closing the gap in his speed. With his movement faster than body flicker, Jabuja had no chance but to take him seriously, and Jabuja dodge take him seriously. Using his water style jutsu, he attacks Naruto, but Naruto simply just punches through those jutsu. And when he starts using his Gum Gum no jet pistol, Jabuja instantly uses water barrier to cover himself within the water barrier. Of course, a single punch won't be able to break it, but Naruto wasn't done with. Naruto immediately uses Gum Gum no Jet Gatling, and this was the move that truly startled Jabuja, because his water barrier was burst open with sheer physical strength. And this time, Kakashi noticed something strange within Naruto, because in their first encounter, when Naruto used this move against him, Naruto was instantly tired. He could barely move his finger even after using this mode. But now Naruto was casually fighting against Jabuja without even wasting a single second on rest. So this made him confused, because during the time when Naruto faced him, he was barely a genin, and now his power level were soaring to at least Chunin level. And this got him into thinking why Naruto was able to grow so quickly. And soon he understood a little bit, because Naruto was bursting out his chakra as if it was never going to end, and this was something that only Naruto was capable of doing, because Naruto has a massive pool of chakra. During his 2 weeks of training, Naruto understood that he had to use his chakra to boost his physical abilities, and only this way he would be able to use gear second without any side effects. And this made him extremely strong as well, because his chakra could physically boost his strength and boost his taijutsu. And gear second or any of his moves were not ninjutsu, they were simple taijutsu. So in one sense he was using all of his chakra or massive pool of chakra to boost his taijutsu, and in another sense he was using his own chakra to remove the side effect of gear second. By combining that, Naruto was able to face off against Jabuja using his move, but Jabuja instantly got serious. He was not going to play around with Naruto, because if he gets tired without even defeating Naruto, then Kakashi would be able to sweep in and easily kill him. So he immediately uses 44 sealed water dragon jutsu, and this time Naruto was extremely serious because he used his serious move, Gatling, Gum Jet Gatling, but even it was not enough to deflect that water dragon, and this made him extremely panicked. His firepower was not strong enough to defeat A rank jutsu, and he could not do anything about it. So at this moment, suddenly a water dragon rose behind Naruto, and not actually behind Naruto, but it was at the side. The source was from the side, but it eventually came behind Naruto, and it attacked Jabuja's water dragon. This was none other than Kakashi, who was finally going to make a move, and this time Kakashi used the water on the pond to create a water dragon jutsu and slam into the Jabuja's water dragon jutsu. When to collided, Kakashi's water dragon jutsu immediately overpowered Jabuja's water dragon jutsu, and this made Naruto realize once again just how weak his firepower was, because Kakashi was able to overpower the water dragon that overpowered him. So Naruto was frustrated, but he immediately backed down, knowing that he could not fight anymore. And Kakashi was surprised that Naruto was able to back down, because Naruto was a kind of person who would not back down from any kind of battles. But at this moment, the reason why Naruto backed down was because he was going to take some rest and reset his physical exhaustion once more so that he can fight again. And so Naruto backed down and went to Sasuke and Sakura, who were just staring at him with wide eyes. At this moment, Sasuke was just as useless as Sakura, but none of that matters, because Naruto was simply going to rest and recover from his physical exhaustion. And after that, on the other hand of the battle, Jabuja and Kakashi started colliding their water style jutsu again and again, until finally, with some tricks, Jabuja was able to trick Kakashi into water prison jutsu, and Kakashi was surprised as well as ashamed, because even Naruto was not tricked by Jabuja into this kind of jutsu, and the only reason he was able to trick Kakashi was because Kakashi was not taking his opponent that seriously. Otherwise, Kakashi would have one-shotted Jabuja. At least with his Raikiri, he would be able to defeat Jabuja. And right now, he was suffering because he looked down on his opponent. So at this moment, Naruto had no choice but to step in, even though he was not completely recovered. And seeing this, Sasuke decided to finally step up. He wanted to fight alongside Naruto, or at least do some contribution into the team. So he immediately used Great Fireball Jutsu, and seeing the span of this Jutsu, Jabuja was once again surprised, because this was not something a Genin would be able to use so casually. So even so, did not get worried. He simply used Water Barrier Jutsu to block Great Fireball Jutsu. The steam brushed out and covered the entire surrounding, and at this moment Naruto started sensing something. Even though his eyes weren't able to see anything around him, he knew that he was able to sense something around him, and this kind of power was something he felt during his battle with Kakashi, although he could not tell what it was, he knew he was able to sense it, and as he closed his eyes, his senses grew even stronger. He was not seeing people, but he was able to hear them. Like, it wasn't sound, but it was an aura that he could create here in his mind, and this aura was standing just several meters away from him, and next to him there was another aura that seemed to have been locked down by a powerful barrier. And Naruto immediately realized that this was Jabuja and Kakashi, and Kakashi was inside the water prison jutsu, so he had to find a way to release Kakashi from that jutsu. Finally, Naruto decided to put his finger in his mouth, and at this moment he could not help but kept remembering the scene where Choji used his expansion jutsu. He was able to expand his arms to a greater height and create a devastating attacks. And even though Choji never attacked his friends, he was extremely powerful because of that jutsu. So Naruto wanted to replicate that because his body was rubber, he was not afraid of exploding. So he pumped air into his arms, and his arms started expanding constantly into a massive balloon. And as the smoke slowly faded away, Naruto dashed toward Jabuja with his giant fist. What? Jabuja cried in shock and surprise as he thought of backing away, but his hand was still on water prison jutsu that was binding Kakashi. Now he didn't know what to do. He could use his clones to stop Naruto, but he was not sure if it would be able to stop Naruto because he already know that how powerful Naruto was. So finally, with no choice, he decided to let go of Kakashi and immediately use a water dragon jutsu. And this time though, Naruto simply punched through it. Yes, he did not even back down. His giant fist, destroyed the water dragon jutsu and struck Jabuja so hard that he flew several meters and collided against the tree before falling unconscious. And at this moment, the air started leaking out of Naruto's body, and soon his form started changing from a grown up to a baby. Yes, Naruto became Chibi Naruto in an instant, and Kakashi instantly came out of water and saw Naruto's situation. He found that Naruto was in his chibi form, and he understood that it was a side effect of using that powerful move. Sakura and Sasuke were completely shocked, and they were also surprised that Naruto turned into Chibi Naruto after using that move. And since Naruto had not used a lot of chakra into his move, he was suffering from quite a devastating side effect, but it didn't matter because Jabuja was already down, and Kakashi asked Naruto to take some rest while he goes toward Jabuja. And at this moment, three Senbon suddenly attacked Jabuja's neck and rendered him unconscious as if he was killed, though he was not exactly killed. But even so, Kakashi decided to check his condition and finally found that he was not killed. He was killed. So he let the Mist Ambu, or at least a person who identified himself as a Mist Ambu, take the corpse of Jabuja. And after Jabuja and though that Mist Ambu was gone, Kakashi felt a powerful shock all over his body as he started limping on the ground. He was exhausted. He was completely exhausted because of that battle. And Naruto was also in his chibi form. Both of them were completely useless if there would be another battle. Fortunately, there was no more battle, and Kakashi was on Sasuke's back as they took him to Tajuna's house. After that, they decided to stay there for quite a while until Kakashi once again recovered, and they finally decided to start their training because Kakashi realized that Jabuja might not be dead, and that person who saved Jabuja might be his accomplice, or rather his partner. So that might be a troublesome for them. So he decided to help Naruto in his chakra control with others, and they went to the forest and started learning tree climbing. Naruto was not good at this. He was not good at controlling chakra because it was enormous. Sasuke was also not good at this. Sakura was very good at this, and this caused Naruto competitive spirit to rise as he began to climb again and again and again and again. Unlike Sasuke, who had to take some rest to recover his body, Naruto keep on going until he finally managed to learn chakra control in just a single day. Yes, in just a single day, he managed to control his chakra with his sheer willpower alone. Of course, it wasn't just willpower because his body was extremely durable and his chakra was also enormous, so he could train all the time. He would not have to worry about this. And seeing this, Kakashi suddenly thought of something, and it piqued his interest for a while, and he decided to talk about it to Naruto. And he brought Naruto to to the side, and he decided to tell Naruto a secret that could make him a lot more stronger. So what is that secret, guys? Tell me in the comment, and if you haven't subscribed, you must subscribe right now because I'm dropping the fourth part of this video soon. And so let's say goodbye. Hello everyone, and how are you guys doing today? We are going on the fourth episode of What If Luffy Reincarnates into Naruto, and this is going to be exciting because we were just this close to learning about a secret to make Naruto stronger. And before that, I would like to ask you to hit that subscribe button and follow this video till the end so that you will find it really interesting and something to pass the time. And let's get started with the video right now. And we were just talking about Kakashi and Naruto's conversation, and here Kakashi reveals the secret to getting stronger at a faster rate, and this was none other than using Shadow Clone. And I know you guys were expecting this as well, so let's not talk much about it. This was a simple method to increase his strength at a much rapid pace because Shadow Clone could literally send all of the experience they had gotten during their existence to the main body, so that main body could adapt to it. And this was really important to gain more experience and even getting stronger by learning ninjutsu. But when Naruto heard this, he was not curious about ninjutsu at all. He didn't care about ninjutsu at all. He liked his fighting technique, and it was extremely powerful fighting technique as well, so he was not going to give up his taijutsu. But this get him extremely excited because using a Shadow Clone was important for him. If he could use Shadow Clones, then he did not need to beg Kakashi to train with him, and Kakashi could focus more time with Sasuke as he wanted to do. So Naruto immediately started training with his Shadow Clone. He created 10 Shadow Clones, and he asked his Shadow Clones to use Gum Gum pistol, not at the same time but at the random time. So all of them attacked him in random time. One attack, the first Shadow Clone attack first, then second Shadow Clone attack second, then the fourth Shadow Clone attack, then the sixth Shadow Clone attack. It was completely random, and Luffy had put on a black cloth around his eyes to cover his vision so that he could purely rely on his instinct, or rather that feeling he used to get during his battle with Jabuja and Kakashi, to dodge these kinds of attacks. So he was focusing purely on that, and as he began to feel more and more of those attacks, he was getting punched a lot. He was not going to feel them instantly, but as the time passed, as the days passed, his observation haki was finally coming into fruition. Like it was finally working, and after a week of constant training and constant exhaustion, he finally got the hang of primary observation haki. It was a basic observation haki. He could only see 1 or 2 seconds into the future, like not future, but he could feel the attacks 1 or 2 second earlier than attacker could attack him. And but this was another usage of observation haki. The main usage of observation haki, at least in the basic level for him, was sensing his surroundings. He could sense Sasuke, Sakura, Kakashi, everyone around him with his observation haki, and he could easily feel them even if they try to hide their presence. This was extremely powerful as a sensor ninja, and so he did manage to bring out observation haki in a week, but that also exhausted him quite a lot. And at the first day of the next week, he was sleeping on the bed, and he was quite late for his training. Rather, this was not time for the training because Kakashi was taking them to the bridge so that they can protect Tajuna. And during this time, Naruto was sleeping simply for the plot convenience. I can't say plot convenience because I just described that he was training so hard that he got exhausted, and even though he had almost infinite chakra and a lot of will and strong body, he could still get exhausted. So he was exhausted and he slept till late, and after he woke up, he tried to hurry the toward the bridge, but just when he was going, his observation haki sensed three different presents rushing toward Inari and his mother, and this caused him to frown because he could sense evil intent in their aura, and this made him go back to Inari and save them. And at this moment, Naruto also inspired Inari to become a hero himself, and this will not make a lot of difference, but we will still follow the original path for this. So after saving them, Naruto goes back to the bridge, and now he sees Sasuke inside a ice mirror demonic ice mirror jutsu and fighting against Haku and his Senbon, while Kakashi was facing against Jabuja. He wanted to fight Jabuja, but he knew that Sasuke was in trouble, so he directly rushed inside the demonic ice mirror jutsu. And when he got inside, Sasuke was mad at him because a ninja should try to get more information about jutsu before charging in head on. But he also understood that Naruto was not a kind of person who would try to think before acting, so he just accepted the fact that Naruto had come to help him. And this time they started fighting Haku, and this fight is going to be a lot different because my man Naruto has learned observation haki, and he is going to see Haku's Senbon attacks, and not only he's going to see them, but he also understand that Haku had no evil intent against him. He was just like a puppet performing something that someone had ordered him. So he didn't wanted to fight Haku, but he had to save Sasuke, so he decided to fight Haku. and he did not even use gear second. He just used his base form and observation haki to keep deflecting Haku's senbon. And as he started deflecting them, Haku understood that he would not be able to fight off against Naruto this easily, so he increased his speed, like attacking speed and his original speed. So this time, even with his observation haki, Naruto could barely deflect them, not to mention Sasuke, who was almost on the verge of collapsing. And he almost collapsed if it wasn't for his strong will to continue fighting. He was constantly using fireball jutsu to break those ice, but he realized that it would not be enough, and this kind of frustration grew more and more inside of him. He knew that Naruto was getting stronger. He was a lot stronger than him, and as an Uchiha, he could not accept that. He wanted to get stronger than Naruto. So this frustration was building up inside of him, and he wanted to get stronger. So this frustration led him to awaken his Tutome Sharingan. And yes, this was directly Tutome Sharingan. Not directly, he did awaken one Tome Sharingan during Uchiha massacre, but he was not able to use it before this. So now he had two Tome Sharingan and he could use it as well. You have to understand that he could use it, and he was using it to see Haku's Senbon, but Haku was going so fast that even with his two Tome Sharingan, he could only see it. He could not even react to it. And finally, he started to pass out. He knew that he had no chance against Haku at this moment. Even with his Sharingan turned on, he could not face Haku. And as he started passing out, Luffy grabs him and throws him out of the demonic ice mirror jutsu, and he looks at Haku and says, I know you don't have any kind of evil intention against us, but I have to protect my friend and I'm not going to let you hurt him. So I will be your opponent. If you want to kill him, you have to face me first. Saying so, he puts his hand on the fist on the ground and turns on his gear second. And using the speed of gear second and his observation haki, he got a lot faster than Haku. He was so fast that Haku was barely able to keep up for a moment, until he speeds up once again, because Haku was almost like Jonin. Almost, not exactly Jonin, but almost Jonin level. And so after he increased his speed, Haku was able to face off against Naruto on an equal term for a while, that is, because using Haku's Senbon, he was increasing the range and power of his observation haki. Luffy was training with Haku, and he was training without any care. Haku also noticed it after a while, but he did not care because he was a kind person. If he could help Naruto, he did not care about anything else. And he also find that Naruto was not going to kill him. At least he was not going to kill him unless Haku tries to kill his friends. So Haku was not worried. He just kept fighting against Naruto for a while until he sensed something strange. He sensed a powerful chakra outside the demonic ice mirror, and this powerful chakra was moving towards Jabuja. As soon as he sensed it, he wanted to go and block that attack for him. Luffy was faster than him though. Luffy already saw Kakashi using his lightning attack to pierce Jabuja's, not Jabuja's, Haku's chest, because Haku was going to interrupt it. So he understood that he could not let this person die, because this person was a kind-hearted person, and he did not care about the rules or regulation or anything of that sort. He just wanted to keep this person safe. So what he did was he simply raised himself to the sky, and at this moment he released a powerful roar from This guy, stop! It was so powerful that it released an astonishing aura out of Naruto body. It instantly released a powerful aura that shrouded Kakashi, Jabu, Sasuke, Sakura, Tajuna, and even Haku. Tajuna instantly fell cold on the ground on the bridge, while Sasuke was barely holding on. Sakura could not hold on at all. Just like Tajuna, she also fell down. Haku, Kakashi, and Jabuja were shocked after feeling this aura. It was overwhelming, as if it was a tiger looking at them with a ferocious intent, and they knew that they could not even move for a second. It was that overwhelming, and it was coming out of Naruto. And when this roar came out, and when Naruto subconsciously released his Conqueror's Haki, Kakashi's lightning blade faded. He did not use Raikiri anymore, and at this moment, Naruto landed to the ground and walked toward Kakashi. Kakashi Sensei, why don't we stop this? Like, really stop this. This guy, I don't care about him, but I don't want him to die. And I know that you can kill this guy, so if you are going to kill Jabuza, this person will definitely step up and block your attack, and he will die because of that, and I don't want that to happen, so let's just stop this battle. And hearing his words, Kakashi did not know what to say. Jabuja instead roared at Naruto, "Kid, what are you trying to say? Are you saying that I cannot defeat Kakashi? Are you trying to say that I am weak, so weak that I need to use this guy as a shield just to fight Kakashi?" And Naruto nodded without a second of hesitation. He said, "You are not that weak. I know that because I fought you, but I saw it. I saw Kakashi Sensei using his Raikiri to pierce your chest. And he did not pierce your chest. It was Haku's chest that he pierced, but he was going to pierce your chest. And Naruto did not know Haku, so I am just referring Haku as a Haku, but he just said this person will step up and take Kakashi Sensei's attack instead of you. And this person is not evil. This person does not want to kill anyone, so I am not going to let him die here, no matter what you say." At this moment, Haku slowly reveals his mask and with a gentle smile on his face, "Your name is Naruto, right? You don't need to care about my life. I'm just a tool for Zabuza, and I will do anything for him." At this moment, Naruto could not help but get angry. "What do you take your life as? Is it just a are you just going to be a puppet, or are you just going to live just to die for someone else? That is not your life. You should live your life instead of living under someone else. I don't like the way you are living your life, so just give up giving up your life for someone else and instead fight for your own." And when Naruto said that, Zabuza felt a tingling in his skin as if he was feeling not mad but excited. He also wanted Haku to learn that, but he could not say it out front. He was a tsundere guy, so he waited until Naruto finished his word, and Haku did not know what to say. At this moment, finally, Zabuza stepped up and said, "Kid, you are not a ninja material. You know nothing about ninjas. Ninjas are tools that follow the orders. They are just tools. Even me, even you should not be a ninja. Even me, even Kakashi, and even those of your friends, they are just the tools." And when he said that, Naruto got extremely angry. I am not a tool, neither you are. All of us are just human beings. We should not be a tool. We should be free. We should be more free than this. That's why I'm fighting for my dream. Because I don't want to be someone's tool. I am going to become this freest man in the world. So I don't want others to be in cage or become someone's tool, especially when they are in front of me. When Naruto said that, Jabuja could not say anything more because this kind of dream was nonsense in the eyes of ninjas. Ninjas cannot become not cannot deny becoming a tool. So he knew that Naruto was just making a false dream. But at this moment, Naruto smiles and say, I know that you are going to say ninja cannot be tool. Ninja cannot deny being tool and they must become tool for other people, but I'm not going to follow that. I'm not going to be a tool for anyone else. If anyone else try to order me for to do something that I don't want to do, then I'm going to break him. Going to kick his ass, and I'm going to disobey anyone who tries to order me. That's my life, and I'm not going to let anyone order me. So when he said that, Jabuja struggled even more because he knew that this man was just talking about his dream, but as a tool, as a ninja tool, he did not know what to do anymore. At this moment, an evil laughter came from the side of the bridge as Gato and his men arrived, and they started trash talking about Jabuja, and this was the worst moment they could interfere because Jabuja was already struggling to become Gato's tool, and right now Gato just came and made Jabuja accept Naruto's words even more. And at this moment, Gato could not stop Jabuja from attacking him because he was really infuriating everyone here, mostly Jabuja. So after that, after getting rid of Gato and his men, Jabuja finally looked at Naruto and softly said, "You are right, kid. Although I am a ninja and a tool, I am already a missing nin, and I'm not going to follow anyone's order anymore. I want to be just like you. I want to live freely with Haku." And saying so, he saw a bright smile in Haku's face, and Naruto was simply giggling because his words actually worked. He did not know why it worked, but it worked, and that's all it matters. Kakashi also sighed a breath of relief after seeing that, and so finally Kakashi and Naruto decided to go back with Sakura and Sasuke to the village, since there was no Gato and there would be no one to stop Tajuna from building the bridge. As for Haku and Jabuja, they decided to wander around the ninja world and live more freely because of what Naruto said to them. And since then, the bridge that Tajuna was going to build was called Naruto Bridge because of what Naruto did for the village and how he changed the person as well. So after that, Naruto and his team finally reached the village, and soon they reported to the Hokage. And at the same time, Kakashi also revealed something really early. Yes, he was going to reveal this early on because he knew that his team was more than ready for this. And this something was for you to guess. So let's see you guys in the next video. Hello everyone, and welcome to the 5th episode of What If Luffy Reincarnates into Naruto. And we are getting closer to Chunin exam, so let's head straight. And as you guessed it, in the last episode I stopped the video just before we talk about Chunin exam, and in this video we are going to start right after Kakashi tells Team 7 about Chunin exam and they went their own way. Because it was a Chunin exam, they also did some mission, but they had more free time to train for the Chunin exam. And what else could be better than training with shadow clones? Yes, Naruto figured out training with shadow clones in the forest of Konoha would be much better. And instead of asking for Kakashi sensei or someone else to help him, he decided to create hundreds of clones. Yes, he decided to create hundreds of clones. There were 14 days left before Chunin exam, so he had to train his ass off. And after creating hundreds of clones, he started punching. Okay, this is an idea that just came to my mind, but what if Naruto follows Garp's training method for to improve his taijutsu in this series? I mean, it would be awesome, right? So let's just go with that. I haven't made any kind of script for this video. I'm just talking about whatever comes to my mind. So this is what came to my mind and we are going with that. Naruto creates hundreds of clones and goes in front of the mountain. He starts punching the mountain with his Gamu Gamu no Gatling constantly without even a single minute of rest for almost an hour. Of course, his clones would not be able to stay that long. His clones would constantly get destroyed by the impact of those attacks, but even so, it did provide him a physical pain, or rather a kind of experience which helped him slowly grow his armament haki. Of course, he didn't know what armament haki is. He just know that this feeling coming out of his body was some kind of power that he can coat himself with. And so he started training this kind of power for 14 days straight, and he used the mountain as his sandbag. And this completely shattered the mind of Anbuj, who were searching for, or rather looking after him. And they also told Hiruzen about it, and Hiruzen could not say a word about it. After all, who in their right mind would use mountain as a sandbag? Of course, Luffy could, Naruto could, because his blunt force didn't work on him and he could punch all he wanted. Of course, it didn't mean he would not get injured, because if there is a slightly sharp object in that mountain, it would pierce him. Of course, he didn't care about that. He was just training and training and training. And this kind of mindset affected another person, or rather two person. One was Might Guy and another was Rock Lee. The Might Guy also learned about Naruto's training and he was quite curious about it. When he saw Naruto using mountain as his sandbag to increase his taijutsu, he was so impressed that even he started using mountain as sandbag. And at that time, earthquakes, or rather large sounds, could be heard everywhere in Konoha. Some were mad at it, but they could not do anything about it because even Might Guy had joined this kind of training, and so they had to live with that. With such progress, 7 days, no, 14 days passed by, and the Chunin exam finally came. Naruto and his team went for the Chunin exam. They had to first pass the genjutsu used by those guards, and it wasn't hard considering the fact Sasuke was using his Sharingan to see through that, and Naruto didn't care about genjutsu because it could not even affect him. This Naruto is not exactly the Naruto from original. Oh no, not because he's not an idiot. It is definitely not because of that, but because he had the kingly ambition. Yes, the conqueror's spirit, and I believe most people do not understand this, but conqueror's spirit is a power that makes others submit to them with their willpower alone. That is infecting others' spiritual belief or spiritual will. And Genjutsu is the attack of other chakra pathway, but even so, it is more spiritual than physical. So if a person doesn't have a strong spiritual power, he cannot resist genjutsu. And those with the kingly ambition has powerful spiritual belief. Their will is so strong that it can even bend other people without even raising their finger. And that is why I believe those low level genjutsu would not work against Naruto at all, even though he still had not perfected his conqueror's haki. He just knows that he has this kind of power which makes others unconscious if it is used. It's just that he didn't know how to use them properly. He did train for it during these 2 weeks, but it didn't actually worked. And with that, they finally made it to the class. Of course, the fight between Sasuke and Rock Lee still happened. Sasuke got his ass kicked by Rock Lee because Rock Lee had shifted his training from punching sandbag to punch a mountain with Naruto. Of course, Rock Lee wasn't stupid enough to fight Naruto, especially right now. So after that, they went to the class and the first exam started. I'm going to skip all that crap that happened before the exam, and I'm just going to skip the first exam because it is not that important, because everything would be the same except one thing. Yes, I cannot forget that there would be a change in dialogue, because when Ibuki or Ibuki, I don't know. When Ibuki sensed that Naruto was not actually writing it and instead he was going for a sleep, he immediately get angry and tried to ask Naruto why he was not writing anything. Didn't he care about failing the Chunin exam? And Naruto simply replied, "No, I don't care about failing the Chunin exam. In fact, I don't even care if I was a ninja or not. If not for my love for being a ninja, I would not even care about these ranks. And it does not conflict with my dreams as well, so why would I care about it? And beside that, I cannot answer this question, so I'm not going to waste my time sitting here doing nothing and staring at this paper. I might as well sleep." Saying so, he immediately falls asleep so fast that Ibuki could not even reply to it. Other students were also awestruck by Naruto's performance. They did not know what to say to Naruto, because everyone, like literally everyone, wants to become a chunin, and there was a kid in their class that didn't even care about the ranking of ninjas, and he was so insolent that he slept in front of the examiner. Oh, sorry, exami. I don't know what should I call it. Ibuki, head examiner. Anyway, with that out of the way, the first exam easily ended with Naruto still passing the exam because he had the guts to stay for the exam. And that's it. We go to this next round, and in this next round, we finally face off against Orochimaru, and this is going to be one of the most epic battle for Naruto in this early age, because he has not faced a Kage level threat, and this Kage level threat has an astonishing murderer aura, killing intent towards him. And this when this killing intent was released against Naruto, it was so overwhelming that it involuntarily activated his conqueror's haki. And at that moment, the killing intent from Orochimaru and conqueror's spirit from Naruto collided as like a aura of purple and blue. It was so fascinating for a moment that both Naruto and both Orochimaru and Sasuke were shocked seeing that. And Sasuke did manage to move himself within that conqueror's spirit and killing intent, but Sakura simply passed out. And because of the kingly spirit of Naruto, Orochimaru also took interest in him, and he started attacking Naruto. But what do you know? A man with observation haki won't get attacked so easily. Even though he tried to use his summoning jutsu and summon a giant snake to swallow Naruto, Naruto was able to simply jump above before even that snake appeared. And when that snake appeared, he used his giant fist and slammed the snake so hard that it instantly turned into a meat paste. And at this moment, Naruto did not turn into Chibi Naruto, simply because he was using his chakra to enhance his physical capabilities so that his body won't suffer any kind of side effects. And this was one of the main improvement that he made during those 2 weeks of training. He did not manage to reach the hardening of armament haki. Even so, he was able to conjure the armament haki around himself so that his strikes would be stronger. It is also the reason why he was able to beat the snake into meat paste in a single attack. So with that, Orochimaru take Naruto more seriously and they started fighting. Orochimaru was using his Orochibori technique to constantly make Naruto unable to fight him in an equal ground, while Naruto was simply using his observation haki to predict Orochimaru's movement so fast that Orochimaru almost thought that Naruto could see the future. And this scuffle continued for quite a while until Orochimaru sensed a powerful energy coming out of Naruto, and this is where Naruto was using the fruits of his training, 2 weeks of constant punching against the mountain. Because during these 2 weeks he was injured, his hands were injured so much that he involuntarily triggered Ninetale chakra and healed his wounds. And right now he was releasing Ninetale chakra into his body so that he can enhance his physical capabilities to the whole new level. And this was really interesting for Naruto. You have to understand, Naruto's physical capabilities, taijutsu, would go further beyond with Ninetale chakra, because chakra increases physical and ninjutsu capabilities. So Naruto would obviously get stronger, faster, and more durable. But Orochimaru had no intention of using his what is it called, impure reincarnation jutsu to fight Naruto. So he decided to simply mark Sasuke with a curse mark and then leave. But Naruto sensed it coming and he tried to help Sasuke get away. But even so, Orochimaru, after fighting Naruto for so long, had already knew that Naruto would be able to predict his movements. So he left another clone near Sasuke so that he can fool Naruto's observation haki with his speed. Yes, observation haki was powerful and he could see someone's intent or someone's attack with his observation haki, but it didn't mean he could stop them. We saw this during Luffy's fight with Kaido. Even though Luffy was able to predict the future event, he could not stop it. So just like that, Naruto's observation haki had not even reached to that state. He could only see Orochimaru attacking Sasuke. He could not see the clone at all, and when clone appeared, it instantly beat Sasuke in his neck before even Naruto could react. And after that, Orochimaru simply vanished. And Naruto got worried about Sasuke because he was screaming in pain and suffering. And after taking care of Sasuke and Sakura inside a small tree, a big tree, he started recovering his own strength as well. Soon they were disturbed by three sound ninja genin, and Naruto bodied them. Yes, there is no suspense to this. Naruto literally crushed them. At this moment, Naruto was at least to Jonin level in terms of his strength. Of course, he didn't have all the tricks of Jonin, but with the Kyuubi chakra, 90th chakra, he could easily fight Jonin. Even go as far as to fight elite Jonin like Kakashi for quite some time. And so after defeating them, Sakura woke up and Sasuke was still in pain. They decided to get sorry, they had already got a scroll from those sound village ninjas, and so they decided to directly finish the second round, and they did finish the second round. And after they finished the second round, okay, there is something that I want to say here. Okay, there are two things that Naruto did during this second round that I almost forgot about it, so let me just add it to. First, he saved Karin, and this is because of his observation haki. He sensed a bear attacking a helpless woman, and he stepped up as he would do. So after saving Karin, he also saved Hinata and her team, because in this timeline Gaara was almost going to attack Hinata and her team, and Naruto stepped up. He didn't defeat Gaara, but he managed to push them back, and Temari, Gaara's sister, managed to calm down Gaara and force him to leave. And after that, they finally finished the second exam, and they waited for 5 more days, because there were literally 5 days before the second exam officially ends. So after the ending of the second exam, they proceed for the third round. And before third round, there was a preliminary for uh, for a number of participants that could participate in third round, and it didn't change at all, mainly because Naruto did not make that much changes in the story. There were still those who passed, and he did not kill those ninja village, so they also had to participate. And so this continued. Naruto faced Kiba. He defeated Kiba with an edge, and they proceeded to final round. But before final round starts, they were given 1 month of training. And this is where I'm going to end the video, because I want to keep the finals of the tuning exam into the next video, so that I can also describe about Konoha Cross arc in the next video. So see you guys, subscribe for more, and goodbye. Hello everyone, and welcome to the 6th episode of What If Luffy Reincarnates into Naruto. And today we are going through the finals of Chunin exam and Konoha Cross arc. So let's get started without wasting any more time. And before that, please subscribe for more and like this video if you will. So let's get started. During this 1 month of training, Naruto basically trained his taijutsu as much as he could. He also met Jiraiya, because obviously Kakashi tasked Ibushi to train Naruto, despite he didn't need to, but he believed that if Naruto could control his chakra better, it would be much better for him to him in the future. So he simply asked Ibushi to train Naruto, but Naruto got distracted with Jiraiya and they hit up quite well. Of course, Naruto was not a pervert. He did not even create sexy jutsu, so they did only get together because Jiraiya knew Naruto's identity, while Naruto only thought that he was quite awesome because he could summon toads, and Naruto was all over it. He asked Jiraiya to teach him that, and they started learning. But one thing here, one thing you have to consider that is Naruto's talent for chakra control is still as worse as in the original. The only difference would be his experience. He has gained a lot of experience for chakra control, and he was going to use all of it and master walking on water water in few hours, maybe even less than few hours. So after learning that, Jiraiya would teach him summoning jutsu, and unlike in the original, he was able to summon a small sized toad for the first time, and then he proceeded to summon bigger and bigger toad until he finally summoned Gamabunta. After summoning Gamabunta, he finally made the pact with Gamabunta because he was a lot stronger than in the original. He could even fight against Gamabunta for a while, and they eventually get together. While this happened, he passed his entire month with Jiraiya and his normal training, which is simply using mountain as his sandbag. And this also shocked Jiraiya. He could not believe someone would do such a ridiculous training. But it didn't matter though, because Naruto got a lot stronger during this month. He not only managed to learn summoning jutsu, he also managed to extract Ninetale chakra properly, because previously he did not have a guide, so he was just forcing himself to get more chakra from Ninetale. This time he was able to contact Ninetale and directly ask for it without even thinking more, because Ninetale would give him the chakra without hesitation. So he was able to get this kind of chakra into his control as well. And the most important thing that he achieved during this month was his armament haki, which he could finally harden. Yes, he finally managed to harden his armament haki, and because I'm going to give it a color for now, it turned his hands or feet or even head black. And this was quite an interesting power that piqued Jiraiya interest, but he could not understand how Naruto was able to get this kind of power. Naruto simply explained that how he managed to learn observation haki and armament haki. And just for the context, Naruto did name these observation haki and armament haki because he simply felt like this was a kind of a power that makes other surrender, like how he uses his conqueror's haki to make other simply fall asleep. So he simply named them haki, and during this time he also named the senses, the sensing ability observation haki, and the armor ability armament haki. So with that, he proceeded to try to explain this in detail to Jiraiya, but Jiraiya could understand it. It's just that he could not access it like Naruto. Remember, Naruto's soul had merged with Luffy, which helped him gain all of Luffy's ability. But it didn't mean others could do the same. It didn't mean that. So Jiraiya was not able to learn that at all. And so with that, the final 1 month of training ended, because the third or final round of the Chunin exam started. And during this time, Naruto was going to beat the shit out of Neji simply because of what he did to Hinata. Even in the original, despite Naruto thinking that Hinata did not like him, he still wanted to fight for Hinata. Now that he knows that he didn't know that Hinata likes him, it's just that he knows she just blushes every time she faces him, and she's also extremely kind person. So he was extremely angry at Neji, and then he started to beat the shit out of Neji. Of course, Naruto would still use his Talk no Jutsu. It's just it is different. Like it is different because in Naruto's eyes, you can be the out of their control as long as you can surpass them in strength. Like if you kill them before they can control you, how would they control you? Like he said that in the middle of the arena uh, before everyone. Like everyone was stunned by what Naruto said, and he simply said that I'm not going to let anyone control me. If anyone try to control me, I will kill them before even they can do that. So, and this sparked a kind of rebel heart in Neji's mind. Rebel intention, not heart, in Neji's mind. Of course, Naruto also said that just because he thinks that main Yuga clan is bad, it didn't mean everyone is bad, because Hinata was never a bad girl, and he was just taking out his anger in innocent person, which he should stop. Otherwise, he would kick his ass once more if it does something like that. And this kind of threat worked because Naruto overwhelmed Neji. And after that, the Naruto's battle ended, and Sasuke and Gaara's battle started a lot later. And this everything happened the same. Okay, everything happened the same except Naruto and Gaara's battle, because in this battle, Naruto would summon Gamabunta, but only to keep his friends safe. Instead of using Gamabunta to fight against Sukaku, he would use his own strength, and this is the moment where he finally going to use his armament haki, observation haki, and you know what? Gear third and gear second at the same time. Yes, he's going to use the gear second and gear third at the same time because his chakra could support him, and so he was able to beat Sukaku into the ground and wake up Gaara. He also managed to talk no Jutsu Gaara because he knew what it feels to be a Jinchuriki. It's just that he didn't care. He simply told Gaara that not to care about what other thinks of you. You just have to be you. Just have to continue living and getting stronger, so that one day you can be so strong that nobody would be able to determine your life and death, and nobody would be able to scoff at you. If anyone did scoff at you at that height, you can simply kick their ass. That's it. There is nothing to worry about. And this inspired Gaara even more because he wanted to get stronger. But at the same time, Naruto was a kind person, so he wanted to tell Gaara that he should not take out his anger in innocent people, and mostly the people who loved him, because he had seen Temari and Kankuro sacrificing their lives just to keep Gaara safe. He saw that, and he told Gaara that he still had the people who truly, genuinely loved him. And this melted Gaara's heart. After Gaara and his sibling finally left, Naruto returned with Sasuke and Sakura to the village, and he found that third Hokage was dead. Not that he cared about it anymore, it's just that it did felt quite gloomy. And after the funeral, Jiraiya arrived to him in front of him and asked him to go with him and find a suitable person to inherit the role of Hokage. And he did. Like he did literally followed Jiraiya to find Tsunade, and they went outside the village. They found Tsunade as well, and there is going to be some twist. It is not going to be same as the original, but one thing you have to understand is that Naruto's ability to make other surrender to him was much stronger than in the original, because in the original he could only relate to their feelings, he could only show his ambition to become Hokage and influence them. In this he would not just do that, he would literally make them follow him, he would literally make them under his command. And this is what we will see in the later video, but for now he manages to convince Tsunade, because he also tells her that if he had to take the role of Hokage, if he had no choice, he would do it despite it conflicts with his dream, because this village was his village, and even though people didn't like him and they did not care about him, there were still his friends living in this village, and he would pick up the mantle of Hokage just to protect his friends, because that means everything to him. Being free is not about ruling others, it is about protecting your friend and living the way you want to live. And if his friends are going to suffer because there is not going to be any Hokage, he would pick up that mantle, and so she should, because he did not want to pick up the mantle of Hokage. He was not even ready for that, so there was no one else to pick up the mantle of Hokage except her. So she had to go back, and this is how he convinces Tsunade. And obviously Orochimaru is still going to come, and he's going to get his ass kicked by Naruto this time. It is so much fun this time, because Naruto is going to simply shatter Orochimaru and Kabuto into the ground until they finally use reverse summoning jutsu to summon themselves away. And with that, Jiraiya and Naruto returned with Tsunade. After that, nothing would be different except Sasuke's retrieval arc, because Sasuke is still going. Okay, Sasuke would still leave the village because he believed that the village would not be able to give him that strength. So after he leaves, Naruto and the other Genin is under the command of Shikamaru starts following him and trying to retrieve him. Everything goes the same, like Lee and Gaara versus Kimimaru's battle would still be the same. Everything would be the same except Naruto versus Sasuke, because in this battle Naruto would pummel, like he would literally beat the shit out of Sasuke and literally break all of his bones before taking him back to Konoha. And during this time he would also tell Sasuke that it is not a good idea to leave the village when he can achieve everything in the village. He had friends who could help him, he had mentors who could help him, and he would be under the protection of the Hokage and the entire village. Of course, his act would still give him some punishment, but because Naruto would speak for him, it would not be as high as it would be without Naruto. Of course, the elders would still get mad at it, but Naruto did not care. He would simply use his Conqueror's Haki to suppress them. Yes, you have to understand, Naruto did not care about their identity. He does not care about anyone's identity. And if they are going to oppose him, he is going to fight back. And the way he fights back without fighting back is using Conqueror's Haki to immediately suppress him. His Conqueror's Haki keeps growing every single day. You have to understand, his kingly ambition is only growing every single day, and this kingly ambition is so strong that it not only suppressed them but also knocked out quite a few of gaining and even tuning around him. This shocked quite a lot of people, but knowing that Naruto did not want to harm them, they didn't say much about it. This Tsunade is still compromised with the punishment of Sasuke, and Sasuke finally decided to follow Naruto in training for 3 years, and because this time Jiraiya would not take him out of the village. It is simple because Naruto was already at least Jonin level in his strength, and if even if he trains with the mountain inside the village, he would only get stronger, even to the point of reaching Kage level in less than a year or two. So he did not care about bringing Naruto outside. In fact, he left the village and came back. Left the village and came back. He was going out in and out of village quite constantly. And with that, let's skip to 3 years. And before I start Shippuden era, let's stop this video right here and right now so that we can start Shippuden era in the next video. So goodbye guys, and if you like the video, please like and subscribe, and also don't forget to turn on the notification bell and wait for the next video. See you. Hello everyone, and I am back with the another video of what if Luffy reincarnates into Naruto, and today we are going into the Shippuden era, and in this video we will talk about 3-year time skip that happened. Of course we are going to talk about other things as well, but let's start with whatever the things that happened during these 3 years. And the most main part of this 3-year time skip was either Naruto training with Sasuke and Sakura, or simply fighting off against Sound Village, because Orochimaru would not give up on Sasuke that easily. He would do anything to lure Sasuke into his hands, and because of that they would get in constant conflict with Orochimaru. And seeing the persistence of Orochimaru, Luffy was quite confused as to why he wanted Sasuke so much, and after understanding that he wanted Sasuke to be his vessel, he was so angry that one time he almost destroyed the entire Sound Village by himself. Yes, and that was within the time skip. Of course, because of some diplomatic problems, he could not truly do that. Even so, it just shows how strong he has gotten in just 3 years, or within even 3 years. After that, the main things that happened during this time would be simply Naruto learning more about Ninetales and conjuring more of its chakra, and even to the point of making a kind of bond with Ninetales. Because you have to understand one thing, Naruto and Sasuke are very similar with this bonding ability. So when 1 and 1 join hands together, that ability just goes up and up, so much that he was able to convince Ninetale into voluntarily helping him without taking over him. Yes, Naruto was able to do that within just 3 years. And another main thing that happened during these 3 years is that Naruto formed a kind of a group, or I would like to call it a crew, but since they were in land, I didn't know whether I should call it a crew. But anyway, they did form a bond or group with Jabuja and Haku and some other Genins of Konoha who came under him. Yes, they were not equal. It's like Luffy accepting them under him, and Naruto did become a boss, a kind of boss, but he was still a idiot. So Shikamaru was his right hand man. Yes, I'm going to give this position to Shikamaru, not Sasuke, because I don't think Sasuke gets even close to becoming good friend, best friend with Naruto in this fanfiction. Remember, the only reason why Sasuke became his friend is because of Indra and Asura reincarnation relationship, and the way that Naruto would feel about Sasuke's loneliness was quite similar to his own. So these two events made his bond with Sasuke much stronger. But in this fanfiction, Naruto values a friend who literally cares about him all the time, even though he doesn't need to show it. He doesn't want to show it as well. And Luffy quite picks it up quite well, and he knows that Shikamaru was that guy, so he would make Shikamaru his right hand man, and they this kind of friendship goes beyond just doing some simple tasks. Sometimes they even go far as to outright denying those tasks and doing whatever they want to do, to the point where Naruto once even took his entire group to attack one of Orochimaru base and destroy it completely. Like literally, he shattered it to the pieces. And thanks to his friends, he was able to save quite a lot of people. And in that group, there was a girl whom he saved during his tuning exam, and this girl was none other than Karin. And because she was also an Uzumaki, he saved her and he brought her back to Konoha. They started living together as brother and sisters, and Karin started caring more and more about Naruto. She did fell in love with Naruto, but she also treats him as a brother instead of like outright lover. And that is because she found that there was another girl who was not only just beautiful but also a princess of a very powerful clan. So she didn't know what to say about that. She just treats Naruto as a brother, and she also tries to get Naruto and Hinata together as soon as possible. And with that, Naruto's 3 time skip ends, and we start the video with Gaara's retrieval arc. And here Gaara is still kidnapped. Yes, he still could not win against Sasori and Dedra, because that monster, or rather Sukaku inside of him, would not simply just help Gaara. So it would be impossible for Gaara to save the village and fight against those two as well. Of course, he is not going to save the entire village like in the original, but he would still try to save his own people, the people he loved. So after this, Team 7 gathers and they go to save Gaara together with other team like Team 9 and 10, and they went to save Gaara, but this process would be a lot different than the original, because here we finally get to see something really interesting. Okay, so this is Naruto using his gear fourth for this first time, and because he could use the gear fourth, he could fly into the air, and Dedra had no escape. Like, he could not take Gaara with him at all. And even though he had a explosion jutsu that could injure Naruto quite a lot, it didn't matter because he was covering his entire body with armament haki. And despite how powerful his his bombs were, it would not harm Naruto at all. Even if he tries to use those mini versions of his bomb and insert them inside Naruto's body, it would not even pierce him at all. That armament haki is protecting his entire body. No matter whether it is from the breath or anything else, it would not go inside of him. So with that, Naruto easily defeats Deidara, and unlike in the original, Deidara dies here. Yes, he is going to die here, and they are they were late to save Gara. Still, even so, Chio finally gave her life to bring Gara back to life, because Naruto was still a person who could affect others' heart, and because of how sad he was for the death of Gara, Chio had to leave the future in the hands of youngsters, and she decided to give her life for Gara, and with that Gara finally break out of the curse of being Jinchuriki, and this made Naruto quite happy. They finally returned back to Konoha, and after that there were some things that would change. First, Sasuke, Naruto, Team 7 would once again go to find Orochimaru. Unlike this time, Orochimaru would leave without even hesitation, without even a little bit of hesitation. He would simply just leave outright, and they would not manage to get any info out of him. And because Sasuke is still within Team 7, there would be no Sasuke versus Deidara battle, but there will be Sasuke versus Itachi battle, and it would be quite complex because Sasuke had grown quite a lot in these 3 years. Even though his eyes had not turned on Mangekyo Sharingan, his physical capabilities has reached to its utmost level, utmost limit. And so the battle between Itachi and Sasuke happens. Naruto and Sakura fights off against Kisame, while Kakashi was disturbed by Tobi. Of course, Tobi would also try to disturb Naruto, but Naruto was not going to stop that easily. He would simply use his gear force and fly towards Sasuke. Of course, he's not going to involve in the battle between Sasuke and Itachi, especially knowing that Sasuke might die. He didn't involve in the battle between Zoro and Mihawk. Why would he? Oh, sorry, he not he. Luffy did not get involved in the battle between Zoro and Mihawk. So why would he involve in the battle between two brothers? He was simply there to reduce the number of Akatsuki. And next in the target list was Kisame, and this time Sakura and Naruto are going to fight quite well together, because Kisame was a water style user, and his attacks were quite big, like they were really big, and Naruto had to use his gear fourth Snake Man to fight. Thanks to the speed of his Snake Man, he was able to defeat Kisame before even he could escape. And because he also had observation haki, he could easily sense Kisame, who was inside his Samehada, and because of that Kisame had no chance of escaping at all. And Sakura and Naruto easily, not I would not say easily, because there were quite a lot of powerful water style jutsu that they could barely fight against, but they were able to defeat and kill Kisame before he escaped. Although Obito was not able to save Kisame, he still managed to save, or rather take away, Sasuke after the death of Itachi. And this was not something Naruto was able to get involved in, because he was distracted by Kisame already, and this caused him quite a lot of trouble, because they did not know what Obito was going to do with Sasuke. They tried to find him, but they could not find him at all. And during this time, the Akatsuki were still able to gather quite a lot of tail beast, and finally they learned, while they were scouting for Sasuke, they learned that Konoha was getting attacked by the leader of the Akatsuki. And although it sounds a little bit stupid, But you have to understand, Nagato has literal feud with Konoha. His parents were killed by Konoha, and he wanted to destroy Konoha if he could. And now he had a chance. He knew that if Naruto learns about the destruction of Konoha, he would definitely come back. So he wanted to go to Konoha and destroy it first. And he did. He literally destroyed Konoha with his almighty, I don't know how to say that. Anyway, with his almighty push, he was able to directly destroy the entire Konoha, and a lot of people died in that, including Kakashi. No, 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 he did die. I think he did die because I think he would stay back into Konoha and let Sakura, Sakura, Naruto, Shikamaru, and others find Sasuke instead of getting involved in that because he had some other things to do inside Konoha. And although that attack worked, Naruto and his team arrived in time and they started fighting against Six Paths of Pain. And because Naruto did not go to Mount Myoboku and he did not know about Jiraya's death. Oh, wait, there is some kind of mistake. If Jiraiya did die, Naruto would be reminded instantly, so he would return back to village. Okay, let's make some changes. Okay, Jiraiya died, and the next instant Pain directly attacks Konoha before even giving them time to recover from the death of the Jiraiya. And since the news of the death of the Jiraiya had not gone into Naruto's ears, it still took him some time to arrive into Konoha. And during the way, as they were rushing toward Konoha, he did learn about the death of Jiraiya in the hands of Pain, and his anger was soaring. It was so hot that he completely forgot to use his observation haki. He was able to fight against Pain quite well with his, especially with his gear fourth, but he could not hold out for more than 10 minutes, and during this time he did not use his observation haki as well, and he was defeated by Pain. Of course, if he could increase the limit of haki for more than 10 minutes, he would not lose that easily, but he could not do it now, so he lost. And Hinata tried to save him, and she got impaled into the ground by Pain, and this enraged him even further, to the point he finally started to lose his mind, and Kyuubi's chakra was getting wilder and wilder, so much so that even Kyuubi himself was not able to control it, because Kyuubi was truly an incarnation of evil. At least he was not able to control his evil intention that easily. And because Naruto was not able to control himself, it affected his mind, and he started going berserk and fighting against Pain. He almost defeated Pain, but he was still inside Chibuka Tensai. And while this was happening, his anger was so high that he almost tore up the sealing paper on the cage. Of course, Kurama did not care about that. He knew that Naruto had completely drowned into darkness. But at this moment, fourth Hokage arrived and snapped Naruto out of darkness, and finally he gave him the hope that he would be able to fight against Pain if he just does not loses his mind. And this let him finally calm down his anger and start fighting Pain over again. And this time he was using his observation haki, armament haki, and conqueror haki to quite a lot, and he was able to defeat Pain. And just like in the original, he will convince Nagato, because even though he's Luffy, he's still a Naruto as well. He could show his empathy to our Naruto and make him understand that cycle of hatred would only end if one of them would give up. So he would eventually convinced Naruto to use Rene Rebirth Jutsu to bring back all of those dead Konoha people to life, and at this moment he also trusts Naruto with the future, and this brought Naruto into a little bit of confusion because he wanted to become the freest man in the world. He didn't wanted to burden himself with any kind of responsibility, but at the same time he was given a responsibility that he could not refuse. Yes, at this moment he was not able to refuse Nagato's words, and he promised Nagato to change this world. And this is where finally we will get the astonishing growth in his conqueror's haki, because his ambition just got stronger. Of course, Conan still would take Nagato away, and Naruto would return back to village, and he would find everyone cheering for him and making him the hero. And with that, guys, finally let's stop this video right now, right here, so that we can continue the war arc in our next video. I know that I'll skipped a lot of Shippuden to work, but I didn't want to talk about it because it didn't seem that important to us, at least to me. So let's hope I can see you in the next video, and subscribe. See you. Hello everyone, and welcome to the 8th episode of What If Luffy Reincarnates into Naruto, and this might be just the last episode of this series, and I am really excited to talk about it. So first, let's start with the little bit of review for the Shippuden era. So Gaara was retrieved. He was reincarnated by Chiyo. Itachi and Sasuke fought. Sasuke won. Itachi is dead. Sasuke was taken by Obito, but Kisame died. And then something happened, that is Pain arc, and Nagato still use Rene Rebirth Jutsu to bring everyone back to life. And after all of this, we finally get to start this video in Mount Miyaboku. Yes, we are starting this video in Mount Miyaboku because Naruto was brought here to learn Sage Mode, and then he was going to find a octopus man who would help him learn how to properly communicate with Ninetales, because even though he was able to be friends with Ninetales, there was still the evil intention in his mind that he could not overcome that easily. Luffy and Naruto were merged. It's not like Luffy replaced Naruto. They were merged so that the mind of Naruto was still Naruto, and he still had the attributes of Luffy. And this is where Naruto would finally learn Sage Mode, and after learning Sage Mode, he would be taken to the Turtle Island, where he would meet Killer Bee. And during this time, 5 Kage meeting was held in Land of Iron, and they learned that they are going to face the entire Akatsuki, especially Uchiha Madara. Someone called Uchiha Madara, but we know that he was Uchiha Obito. Naruto was still sent to Turtle Island by Tsunade because they believed that they would be able to take down Uchiha Madara by themselves. But when the war truly started, they found that they were totally unmatched by 100,000 Zetsu and those reanimated people. And yes, there would be Kabuto who would still use reanimation jutsu to fight against the world, because although Sasuke did not go to study under Orochimaru, he still made a contract with Ryochi Cape through the help of Jiraiya, and because of this, Orochimaru was able to find a way to find Sasuke quite easily. And because of this, Itachi feared that if once he dies, Orochimaru would do anything to take over Sasuke's body, so he kills Orochimaru before even fighting Sasuke. And during the battle with Sasuke, they finally face off where Sasuke would be forced to release Orochimaru and let Orochimaru take control of his body, where Orochimaru would be sealed inside the Tosuka blade. And after that, Orochimaru is still dead. Kabuto wanted to take Sasuke and research him, so he still cooperated with Obito and launched the fourth Great Ninja War by creating armies of reanimated people. And because of that, Alliance could not simply win against them at all, and they had to let Naruto join battle with Killer Bee, because during this time while they were fighting, Naruto was truly accepting his evil or negative self and truly freeing himself from all kinds of negative emotions. And finally he unlocked the door, and this time he did not had to fight Ninetales, and he was able to spend more time with his mother, talk more about his life. And after saying goodbye to his mother, he finally decided to get involved in the battle. And since he could use Ninetales mode, no, he could use Kurama mode, he was able to sense everything around him, all kind of wars. And because of that, he easily defeated all of those who were preventing him from getting involved in the battle, in the war. And after that, he fought against Obito and his six paths of pain, who were literally Jinchuriki. And because of his Kurama mode, which gave him an immense boost in his strength, and his own armament haki, observation haki, and physical strength, he was easily able to defeat those six paths of pain. Obito had no choice but to release Tail Beast, and Naruto also freed them out of Obito's control, but he still summoned Gedo statue to absorb those Tail Beasts inside of it. And everything goes the same way, like literally everything goes the same way it should have gone. Everything, including the resurrection of reanimation of Madara, battle between Madara and Kage, battle between Obito and Naruto, Kakashi and Might Guy, everything goes the same, except Naruto was able to save more people with his immense strength. Like, he was already reaching Sage of Six Paths level, he was easily able to save more people. And using his observation haki, he could perceive the attacks from Obito, and he could counter them much faster. And this allowed him to save a lot of people. But even so, Obito still launched a Tail Beast bomb from 10 tails, which was really large. And at this moment, his dad finally arrived. And yes, everything happened same with Sasuke. He joined Akatsuki after hearing what happened to his brother. He tried to kill Killer Bee and capture him, and he did go to 5 Kage Summit, and there he met Danjo and killed him. And you have to understand one thing. Tsunade was still sick because she used most of her chakra to heal the entire Konoha village during Pain's attack. And because of this, Danjo got a chance to become Agent Hokage, and he went to 5 Kage Summit to control the entire alliance by himself. But everything happened the way it should happen in the original, and because of that, we are here Sasuke went to find Orochimaru. He revived Orochimaru. He asked Orochimaru to reanimate four Hokages, and after that, they finally arrived in the war. And Minato saved the entire alliance with its flying Thunder God Jutsu, and he transferred the entire tail base bomb to another part. They started using Red Yang defensive barrier or whatever it is called to prevent Tentacle from rampaging outside, and then they continued fighting. Sasuke and Naruto worked together to defeat Obito. Of course, Naruto was a lot more powerful than Sasuke, but he was still reaching the heights of Sage of Six Path. He had not reached that level yet. So Obito was still stronger. Naruto still had to work with Sasuke to defeat him, but they did, and Naruto did convince him a little bit. But unlike in the original, he did not completely convince Naruto at all. Sorry, Obito at all. He only made Obito regret everything he did. He did not bring Obito to the good side, but rather made him regret, which in turns let the Ninetale consume him. And after that, Madara did his trick. He used Rine Rebirth Jutsu to revive himself and started summoning all the tail beasts. And because he was able to summon the freed Ninetale from Naruto's stomach, Naruto died. Okay, not he did not actually summoned it. He just used Gero statue to pull Ninetales out of Naruto, and because of that, at this moment, Naruto died. Yes. And here, guys, we finally got our biggest revelation, or this is the biggest twist and turn, or something that everyone has been waiting for. Will there be a Gear 5th in this series? Yes, and this was the moment where Naruto finally awakens his Gear 5th. He finally awakens his Nika from the true capabilities of his devil fruit. His heart started beating loudly, so loud that everyone was stunned. Even though his tail beast was pulled out of him, he did not die. Instead, his heart was beating so much, and his hair started changing. His hair turned bright flame like, and then his body also started to change a little bit as he stood up, even before properly receiving the chakra from Sage of Six Path. Of course, at this moment he was still pulled inside his mental space, where he learned about his identity as Asura, and just when he was receiving the blessing of chakra of Sage of Six Path, his heart started beating on its own, and his form began to change, where he finally awakened his devil fruit, and another will started affecting his mind a little bit. The laughter, his mouth became wide as the laughter rang out. It was so amazing that everyone, even despite this being war, wanted to laugh. It was funny. Naruto wake up and accepting the Sage of Six Path power, he directly kicked the what was it, truth seeking ball that was about to hit Might Guy, and he laughed and used his young power to heal Might Guy. And after that, he started facing Madara. Seeing the laughter in the boy's face, he did not understand. Even when Sasuke arrived, he did not understand the changes that happened in Naruto. He even went as far as to ask if he was still Naruto, and Naruto replied he was Naruto. He was the man who is going to be the freest man in this world. And hearing that, Sasuke was relieved that at least it was still Naruto, and they started fighting. But soon it turned cartoonish, because whenever Madara tried to attack Naruto, he was easily able to feel the attacks coming at him with his future sight. And you might ask, where did he get his future sight from? Because when his overall abilities were boosted to another level, with Ninetales, sorry, Kurama mode, he also accessed future sight. It's just that he did not know how to use them properly. Only during that battle with Obito, he managed to use it quite a lot, and he also managed to learn advanced armament and advanced conqueror during the fight with Obito. Of course, his conquerors was not so inclined with his ability that he could not use it against Madara and died before even properly using it. And but now that he could use advanced conquerors, advanced armament, advanced observation, Madara could do nothing. Like literally he could attack all he wants, but Naruto would be able to dodge all of it, and he would even be able to attack Madara without even touching him because of Conqueror's coating. At the same time, he could change the surface of the earth as he wishes. He could change Madara's attack as he wishes, because you have to understand, he could change the very fundamental material of any elemental or chakra releases as well. You have to understand, his rubber power is not limited to the things that is around him. He could even affect chakra. Yes, not just material things, but chakra as well. So even though some of those attacks did hit him, it didn't cause a lot of damage. And no matter how much lightning power Madara could use, it would not hurt him at all. And they began to overpower Madara quite easily, like literally quite easily. So he had no choice but to absorb the entire god tree and then awaken his Rene Sharingan, and then finally he used infinite Tsukuyomi and pulled everyone inside the world of infinite Tsukuyomi. And after that, everything happens the same. Black Jessu backstabs him, but Naruto did catch it quite early, but he didn't stop Black Jessu. And after Black Jessu destroys Madara's heart, Kaguya wakes up, and Kaguya starts fighting Naruto and Sasuke. And during this time, although Sasuke was barely putting up a fight against Kaguya, Naruto was going on a toe-to-toe against Kaguya. Her attacks were strong, but Naruto was able to use advanced armament and advanced conquerors to knock out any kind of physical or even powerful attacks. The only thing that he was not able to do was to prevent her from changing the environment. But it didn't matter whether it was cold or magma or gravity, none of these matters. His physical capabilities were in such a high level that he was easily able to fight against Kaguya, the likes of Kaguya. And thankfully he was able to defeat, like literally this close to defeating Kaguya on his own. But they had no choice but knowing that he would not be able to defeat her right now. He had no choice but to use the power of the seal together with Sasuke and seal her. And during this time, you might ask what happened to Obito, because in the original he did help them, but in this what if he did not need to help them, and he was not even going to help them. He had not gone good, like he had not become good, and Naruto did not needed Ninetale chakra to wake up. He was able to wake up on his own, and because of that, Naruto Obito did not give his EMS to not EMS, MS to Kakashi, and because of that Kakashi was not able to awaken DMS. Finally, though, Naruto and Sasuke did defeated Kaguya because Naruto had overwhelming strength. And after that battle, Sasuke still wanted to destroy 5 ninja villages and become the king of the world, and he wanted to kill Naruto. Before doing that, he believed that with the power of 9-tailed beast, he would be able to do that. He would be able to accomplish that, and he tried. At least he tried, not fearing Naruto's strength, which has already reached the at least higher level of Sage of Sixth Path, almost closer to that of Kaguya. And after they fought for quite a long time, Naruto eventually decided to end this battle with his awakened powers. That is, he smashed Sasuke's Susanoo and Sasuke out of his Susanoo with his massive fist. He defeated Sasuke, but he didn't kill Sasuke and convinced him to return to Konoha. And after that, the peace came, but with a lot of different battles as well, one of which included Naruto going to the moon, saving Hinata, and defeating Toneri. And he managed to defeat Toneri quite easily, though, this time, because he had a lot more strength. Of course, since he did not need Kurama inside of him, he didn't force Kurama, but Kurama was already friends with him, so Kurama still decided to stay inside Naruto. And then Boruto was born. Hinata and Naruto get married. Boruto was born. Himawari was born. Naruto decided to live an ordinary life. He did not want it to become Hokage. So the person who picked up the mantle of Hokage was none other than Sasuke. Yes, in this timeline, Sasuke. Oh, sorry. Sasuke is not going to become Hokage right now, because Kakashi would become sixth Hokage and continue that for quite a long time, at least until Boruto became Genin, and they fought in the arena. While Boruto was fighting in the arena, Otsutsuki arrived. They fought against Naruto and got pretty much their ass kicked by Naruto. You have to understand one thing, okay? Most of the people would say, Naruto would not be able to defeat Otsutsuki, right? Because Luffy was not that powerful. So how is he able to defeat Otsutsuki though so easily? One thing you have to understand is that the only reason Luffy is considered weak is because he could not launch power attacks that could destroy the moon, right? But what if you boost Luffy's strength with Nine Tails chakra? You have to understand, Naruto was able to go tank moon destroying attack with his Nine Tail Jin clock, and he was even able to fight against likes of Otsutsuki with his body alone and Nine-Tail Chakra. So why would not Naruto, who had the power of Luffy, be able to defeat Otsutsuki, considering the fact that he had mastered taijutsu to a level that could rival the gods like Otsutsuki gods. So he easily defeats those three Otsutsukis before even they could go back to moon. And after that, what is it? Oh, Isiki still arrives, and Naruto did adopt Kawaki because he feels that this boy was similar to him. And after that, Isiki arc arrives. Naruto still defeats Isiki with his overwhelming taijutsu, and because Naruto was not relying on his ninjutsu, no matter how broken Isiki's abilities were, he was not able to defeat Naruto. And thanks to that, Naruto did not have to lose Nine Tails, and everything continued until Eda's arc began, because Eda still wanted to be together with Kawaki, and because of that she did change the mind of everyone, and then everything happened the same way it does in Boruto, except for the fact that Kawaki was not able to seal Naruto and Hinata inside his Daikokoten. I think it was called Daikokoten, his ability, and because of that we will see something different maybe if I make another part. But for now, let's end this video right now. So how about it, guys? Do you like this story? And before you say that his power levels were ridiculous, you have to understand one thing. Naruto would not give up training after defeating Kaguya. He would literally train his taijutsu by punching out mountains after mountains after mountains. He would even go to Cloud Village and punch mountain just to train his strength, and eventually he will rise to the level of Otsutsuki God in his taijutsu alone, but he would not be able to use powerful abilities that Otsutsuki could use. And that's all. I think he would be able to do that, especially with chakra and his double fruit abilities of literally turning reality imagination into reality. So that's it, guys. What do you think? I made this video thinking about what if Naruto would be able to inherit Luffy's mindset, and it turned out to be okay, I guess. He and Naruto makes quite a good pair. So yes, if you like this kind of series, subscribe. And what kind of series do you want to see next? Comment down below, and I will be gone for now. Goodbye.